Hey guys, I wanted to create an important video on the 7 surprising things that can kick you out of ketosis. Now, you may know the typical things like sugar, and refined carbohydrates, but these are things that you may not know that are important. Number 1, stress can kick you out of ketosis because stress activates a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is the main adrenal hormone that adapts the body to stress. So any type of stress, shock to the system, even a surgery, trauma, allergies, even a loss of a loved one can activate stress. Stress on your job, relationship stress, boom, that can actually knock you out of ketosis. I bet you didn't know that one. Next one is excessive caffeine. Now, 1 cup of coffee is not going to do anything, but if you're doing coffee all day long or tea all day long with caffeine, too much of that can activate adrenaline, which can then activate insulin, all right? Bone broth in large quantities. Now, a little bit of bone broth is not going to be an issue, but we're talking protein. Protein will activate it. It could bump you out. I'm not too concerned about bone broth. Even when you're fasting, it may knock you out a little bit, but it's a very, very small amount. So I'm not too concerned about that. Whey protein is one of the top proteins because it's low fat and it's high protein that will stimulate insulin and knock you out of ketosis. And then we have L-glutamine. Now that people take that for your digestive system, leaky gut, irritable bowel syndrome. It's a protein and it can knock you out of ketosis. Now, I'm not concerned about you taking that because it really helps you in certain ways. It's not going to put weight on, but the only reason I'm bringing it up is because if you test yourself and all of a sudden it knocks you out, don't be concerned. That's what's doing it. It's going to be a temporary thing, but it will knock you out. Okay, and then we have MSG, monosodium glutamate. Another name for that is modified food starch. It's in so many foods. And it's easy to avoid if you're shopping, but it's very hard to avoid if you're going out to restaurants because they have it in the sauces, they have it in the dressings, they have it in the in some of the flavor enhancers on Peruvian chicken, loaded with MSG. So any food that just tastes too good typically has MSG on it, especially if it's a fast food restaurant. Next one, artificial sweeteners, aspartame, Splenda, that has actual dextrin, and it also has maltodextrin. That will knock you out. And saccharine, these are artificial sweeteners that can raise insulin. So another interesting hidden thing. And then excessive protein will do it too. Let's say you have this big steak, and that's why the Atkins diet, which is high in protein, they're allowing too much protein that can spike insulin and knock you out of ketosis. So ideal sweet spot for most people between 3 to 6 ounces per meal, all right? Now, if you're actually doing 2 meals a day or 1 meal a day, and you're trying to do intermittent fasting where you're just condensing that from 3 to 2 to 1 and you're keeping your calories higher, maybe you can get away with like 8 ounces of protein. But typically it's 3 to 6. Now, just as a side note, if you combine sugar with protein, you will majorly spike insulin. So that's even worse than excessive protein. Next one is too many keto desserts. Now, let me just explain this. I always recommend taking like 1, maybe 2, but not a whole bunch. So if you cannot just have 1, then don't make them because you're in the keto desserts, you're going to add mannitol or maltitol or xylitol or erythritol, some of these sugar alcohols. Now, erythritol has a glycemic index of 0. Stevia has a glycemic index of 0. Xylitol has a little higher glycemic index. Mannitol and maltitol has even a higher glycemic index. Now, it's a lot less than sugar, but it still can affect insulin a little bit. I personally consume xylitol in very small amounts, but if I put it in a keto dessert, I'm not going to do massive quantities of these keto bombs, which are little cookies that can really knock you out of ketosis. So again, just because it says it's keto friendly doesn't always mean it's keto friendly in large quantities, okay? Cough syrup has hidden sugar as well. Alcohol, beer, juice, those are all the kind of the known things, but these are the things that you may not be aware of. So if you can think of anything else that can knock you out, put it down below. I wanna know what you think. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, I have a quick survey question. What is your biggest health challenge right now? Something that is just bugging you or stopping you from achieving your goal. Just click the link below, let me know, because I want to create a video on that topic.